Professional boxing came about in the early 20th century in the US and eventually became a sanctioned and regulated sport. In the US, boxing champions are often regarded as celebrities, and many have become multimillionaires. Unlike in amateur boxing, headgear is not allowed, so boxers generally take a lot of punishment in the ring. Few boxers become world champion millionaires. So why? Why do they do it? Johnnie Shotgun Hayes and DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley are both experienced professional boxers who have attained varying degrees of success. Johnnie Shotgun Hayes, born December 30th, 1973, is a professional super middleweight boxer from Atlantic City, New Jersey. His first pro fight was a first round knockout win in 1999 over Juan Gonzalez in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Since then, he has had 12 fights with a 7-5-1 record. His most recent fight was in June 2012 and was a split decision victory. He is currently training for a fight in June 2013.
Meeting with a lot of fighters, champions, sparring with them, working with them. Right now, we're looking at fighting for a title in June, WCB title in June.
How do you set your goals?
I just know what I want to do. I just have a focus in mind that I want to help my family out and help other people out, and just go for it.
What would be your ultimate achievement?
Ultimate achievement, wow. Just be able to help people. Serving God, the ultimate achievement.
What is your biggest challenge, and what do you do to face this challenge?
Dealing with people. I just gotta focus on knowing I gotta get done to deal with people. So I just try to focus on, just don't worry about them. Just let them go ahead and do what they gotta do, and I do what I gotta do.
What is your diet like?
No.
Diet.
Oh, I eat anything. Anything and everything.
What was the best advice you were ever given?
Best advice I should ever given. My dad. He said, always be where you want to be a good one.
Where do you draw your inspiration from?
Family.
DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley, born June 3rd, 1974, is a professional light welterweight boxer from Washington, D.C., and a former WBO and USBA lightweight welterweight champion. He's the current NABF light welterweight champion. His first pro fight was in 1996 with a first-round knockout win over Aaron Smith. Since then, he has had 59 fights with a 39-20-1 record. In January 2012, he won the NABF light welterweight title in New York. However, his most recent fight in October 2012 was a loss to the undefeated Victor Pasteur in Ukraine. He is currently training to defend his title later this year. Chop Chop has a boxing legacy to be proud of. He has been in the ring with some of the best fighters in boxing history. These include Miguel Cotto, Zab Judah, and the undefeated Floyd Mayweather.
His father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., called from prison to tell his handlers, don't ever put him in with a southpaw again. This is the first time since that time he has faced a southpaw.
Round one begins, and we'll see if Corley lives up to his stated goal of pressuring Mayweather and trying to make Floyd fight 3 minutes of every round, which he says other opponents have failed to do.
Yeah,
Corley said that he's going to put pressure on Floyd instead of leaning back trying to box like most of the guys that he's fought in the past.
Well, it certainly makes sense because I think boxing Floyd Mayweather is for most fighters going to be suicide. The question is it Corley's game to do this?
Well, you know, Floyd's biggest punch basically is his right hand. If Corley can get away from the right hand, he'll neutralize his biggest asset. And be honest with you, I think that the most important punch at this stage has been the right hand from Corley.
Well, first of all, I like to thank God for this victory, because without him, all this wouldn't be possible. And Chop Chop was a tough opponent, and I knew coming up I had to show my power. So, you know, I don't know if Chop Chop ever been, he been knocked down in his half judo fight, but, you know, I took my time to listen to my corner. My shoulder and my right hand was hurt, so, you know, things happen in the sport of boxing.
All right, in the first 4 rounds, you were going toe-to-toe with him. You backed off for a while. Is that when you hurt your hand?
I had been hurt my hand, and I think it's the fourth round I hurt my hand. But a true champion fight through anything. You know, I just got to give thanks to God for, you know, letting me get through it.
Did he ever hurt you? Because he did land some solid punches early in the fight.
Well, he landed some solid punches. He's a good puncher, but I wasn't hurt at all. You know, I'm in tip-top shape, in good condition. And hard shooting. So, all right.
You offended? Oops, I'm sorry. I see you.
Winning a world title in 1999, winning another world title in 2001, and then capturing another title in 2012. And just overcoming the odds when people say you can't do it and you still do it.
How do you set your goals?
It's funny you ask how do I set my goals. I mean, I have visions and there's things that I want to accomplish out of life in my visions that I work towards. So I look at that as a goal setting for me. Like the first fighter to ever create his own line of boxing shoes. That was a goal for me and a vision that I had to do since I was a child.
What is your diet like?
My diet? They don't call me Chop Chop for nothing. I mean, if you go to my Facebook page, you see I love to cook. I can cook very well, and everything I cook, I eat pretty much. I can eat, and I don't have no problem making weight. And dieting is something I never had to do. But if I died, I think I'd get down to 130 pounds.
What would be your ultimate achievement?
Ooh, my ultimate achievement, now that I'm living a different life, my ultimate achievement is to be blessed, which I am, but to go higher in God's eye, not in the people's eye.
What was the best advice you were ever given?
The best advice I was ever given, I would say from my father, never look back once you move forward, because the past will always haunt you.
What is your biggest challenge and what do you do to manage this challenge?
My biggest challenge is raising my family. I have a family of 10 children and one more on the way, so we'll be 11 children that I have to raise. And how do I manage it? I love kids. Kids is a passion for me. It keeps me motivated, it keeps me driven and going. I love to have fun and play with them. And that's my overcome, my kids.
Where do you draw your inspiration from?
I think my inspiration comes from seeing my children happy. The smile on their face gives me more strive and more goals to achieve more obstacles out of life.
Do you have a saying or motto that you live your life by?
I would say, treat others the way you want to be treated.
Anything else to share?
Just look forward to me launching my own boxing shoe in the shoe store soon to come. Working with Pastor Hayes with a new church. I have a youth foundation that's going to be started up pretty soon this year. Just doing new things for God.
That's it. Thank you. But what drives boxers to risk it all and step into the ring? Shotgun and Chop Chop both have a desire to reach the highest level they can achieve in their sports. Also, they both have a taste for fame and tremendous love for their family.
I got couch rules. Talked to Johnnie the other day, he's getting out too. I'm not on a team, but I be ballin' though. And I'm not from the 3, but rest in peace to Mario. Look, I'm sorry though, because my swag kills. And if I don't buy up everything, my cash will. Shout out to my mother, cause she feeling sad. Still the video ain't driving, I got cameras on my still. She teased and told me that my circle's too big, but I'm too busy wondering if my shirt is too big. I go dumb hard, y'all gum hard. Like Wayne, I don't stunt, I stunt hard.